He'll do this on the wall. They pop this. And then they do this. You can actually beat this by doing a toe kick. Yeah, you see? Don't let Dragunovs get away with that. Because if you allow them that wall combo, it's obscenely broken. What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and welcome back to the How to Beat series, and today we're doing none other than Sergei Dragunov, a plague upon Tekken 8. He's seen some nice nerfs, I think, but he's still top 3. It's basically Yoshi, Nina, Dragunov, but it has to be said that there's not nearly enough counterplay to this stuff. I'm gonna try and help you, but just know that this character needs more toning down. He just needs more toning down. That's all I can say. But first off, big thanks to Mixbox, who yet again have decided to sponsor one of my videos. It's a huge honor and it's a tremendous help. Big thanks to them. If you want to check out the Mixbox controller, check the description, their website. Thank you. So the 4 guidelines we're gonna look at is don't duck, because his mids are so unbelievably strong. Unbelievably goated mids, and including blue spark while running 2s, which will tear your testicles from your body. Don't duck. Yeah, it gets really nasty. 2, don't stay too close to him. If you're at this range, this is actually the range Dragunov wants to create. This is also why his while running 2 is sort of his defining attack. Like, he's far away from you like this, and then if this just connects, he doesn't need to counter it you. He doesn't need a normal hit. All he needs is this block situation when he's +4 and he's now right in your face. There's a reason he has that while running 2. Dragunov wants to stand right next to you. At this range, he's arguably the best character in the game. Well, Nina might be better, but it's like, he just threatens you with the most obscene shit. If he's 1 backdash away, he's just not as threatening. This is the kill zone. That's why he has while running 2. He wants to create this situation. If he's here, he can't threaten you with super strong throws that have 11 frame startup. Hatchet will actually whiff. Back 1+2 should whiff, but unfortunately it has more reach than it should have, but you see, right? His Snake Edge won't launch you here. And it's a fast Snake Edge at 27 frames. No, the entire character revolves around this range. Standing right in your face. That's good for Dragunov, very bad for you. Sidestep right is your sort of option select on his most typical offense. That's step 3, by the way. Step right is good against Dragunov. You'll see strong players do well with this. The last thing, but not least, you have to be ultra patient when you play against Dragunov, and you just gotta accept that sometimes you'll just allow him to dictate the fucking match for like 10 seconds at a time. You just have to accept, like, you know, right now, it's just not my turn. You need to be patient and wait for him to commit to something that's punishable, or he gets too obvious and you can step it, etc. So again, don't duck, don't stay too close. You want to preemptively beat him. If he tries to go in on you with a while running 2, which they typically do, a lot of Dragunovs are not that good, you want to step right. So you don't want to allow him that situation in the first place. Sidestep right is your go-to. We're going to discuss it, and then be very patient. Those are my 4 guidelines for Dragunov. Let's just start again by discussing, the no-duck fundamental of this matchup, and it's because he's just threatening you with too strong stuff. Like, down for 2 is a -12 on block, 15 frame mid launcher that launches crouchers. So if you duck, up in the air you go. He also has up forward 4, which is insanely strong now. They buffed that. He has this heat. That's a natural. That's a natural for what? I don't know how much damage. And wall splats. Do you see the damage? Oh, and if I'm in heat, well, I mean, of course this is a launcher, right? Into an infinite combo. And then you say, but okay, it's -9 on block at least. No, this is actually -3 on block. Then we have this, a mid that is +6 on block. If this hits, I'll guaranteed hatch it if I want to. Can get a guaranteed sneak 4. And then I also have sneak 4, right? So I'm just saying, like, you just don't duck against this character. To the point where you will even allow him to do this over and over. But again, we talked about the range, right? And we talked about the range of throws. So don't duck, really important. Stay, if you can, one backdash away. And then step right is your friend. But this is also the reality where he has overpowered stuff. This move is just hilariously OP. So this is a heat engager that has infinite reach. This is sneak 4. This is core circle forward 4. Range is dumb. This also hits grounded. It's a heat engager, but it's +7 on block for some reason. But the real annoying part is that this actually has quite a bit of tracking. You can step it and you want to step right, but it actually tracks quite a bit. But if you want to option select sidestep this character, we do want to try and step right, and it's because down for 2 tracks pretty much fully to his left side. And this move is so dangerous. Let's just record the most typical stuff. While running 2, he might try a back 4 free. He will of course attempt a sneak 4. So we'll record that as well. And then let's just, for good measure, record an orbital. No. Have you even seen that before? A down for 2. You'll see the top players try and step this stuff to the right and get clipped, like I just did, you see? You see, I can step it. Nice. 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 Ah! So this is just me trying to stress that step right is your best friend here. Those are arguably his most annoying buttons, and you'll see top players move around this distance, and then when Dragunov tries to move in, you need to have solid timing and a read, right? And you step right, and then you launch him. You can make that stuff whiff. But again, it's it's a super obnoxious moveset. Many of these tools track more than they should, but step right is strong against Dragunov. And then I, of course, have to stress that Dragunov can check you with down for 1, which is a mid 14 frame check. No, sorry, it's 13 frames. It's just that it's -2 on block. It's not -1. But that's still pretty good considering it has a follow-up that is delayable. So this is mid-high, and this is not a natural string. It's only natural on counter hit. And then it will wall splash, right? So this is just one of those strings where you have to duck it. Let's just record these strings you have to duck. Down for 1, 4. You can't ever let a Dragunov get away with that. And it's the same with back 4, 3. But that one is more difficult to deal with. So yeah, we launch. 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 He has no other follow-up there, by the way. But these are 2 moves you have to get into the habit of ducking. Always gotta duck and punish. But of course, the back 4 string has a mid follow-up. This one. So he can mix you up on that one. So there you gotta read the player a bit. The string is too strong in general, considering he has back 4 free, heat engager. This launches. It's safe on block, so you have to duck it to punish it. Heat engager launches when he's in heat. If he does this one, he can actually sneak cancel here and apply the oh so amusing sneak mix-ups on you. And he can also threaten you with a high follow-up here that is +1 on block. This is kind of a known as a scrub killer string. I believe even famous Street Fighter player Punk made it to high ranks with Dragunov just spamming this string. Because people would just wouldn't duck the last hit. So here you gotta duck that last hit. Don't let Dragunovs get away with this shit string on you. But again, it gets tricky because he can do back 4 free. He can do back 4 2 on its own. Right? And that's still safe. And then you can do the high. Or if you respect that, you're waiting for that high. I'll sneak cancel into this stuff. So it's just a very, very obnoxious situation. But that's the amount of counterplay we have. A tool you don't see that often, but upward 3-4 is a throw. It's a high unbreakable throw that you have to learn to duck. So we gotta get into the habit of ducking that on reaction. You don't see it that often, but I felt it deserved a mention. It's one of the cooler attacks he has, but he's so dumbed down now that no one uses his toolkit anyway. We just spam but I just wanted to mention one of the cool moves he has. If you ever block like a down for 2, make sure to punish that, as it's -12. Classic setups are 1-1-3 into backswing blow. Like that. Or upward 3 into backswing blow. This is -15. Please launch that if you block this. Backswing blow, don't let them get away with it. It's launch punishable. And then we're gonna look at Dragunov in heat. Most of the time, we're just going to look to throw this heat smash. And unfortunately, that is steppable. It's actually very steppable. But the problem is, typically, you're just locked down under frames like this. And then they do it. So you just gotta block a lot, take a lot of chip damage. You gotta be patient. He'll put you in these tackle situations in heat. And this one is something we really have to discuss, because this is one of the reasons he's super OP. But a lot of people, I feel, don't know about this utility. You don't know exactly what this can do, I think. So typically, like while running 2 into this, or he will do heat smash on block into this, or they'll do this low, that new low. If you do eat this tackle, just know that if he does a 1 option like this, maybe you didn't notice this, but do you see the recoverable health Paul has? Paul has eaten a combo from Dragunov, and half that health is recoverable. You see that, right? That gray health. Look now on the health. It goes completely black, right? It's all gone. This is the one option, the neck break from tackle. If you eat this option, you lose all of your recoverable health. It deletes it. And this makes your comeback ability almost void suddenly. You can still get a comeback, but in Tekken 8, it's very incentivized, you know, to pop heat, get a lot of recoverable health back. But yeah, Dragunovs will get into the habit of launching you, dealing damage, and then at the wall, you know, they pop their heat, pressure you with this, and then they'll try and set up this tackle and just pretty much seal the deal by removing all of your recoverable health. There are 3 throws here. It's a 3-way mix-up, but you have to guess. 1, 2, 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 does the most damage. 1 and 2 do the same damage, but the 1 will remove all of your recoverable health. So here you have to pay attention to this. And then in terms of breaking it, you hold 1 to break the 1 option, 2 to break the 2 option. You understand, right? Hold the button. Don't keep mashing it. Hold the button. But what we do want to do is not even eat this tackle. And this tackle is so slow that you actually have quite a bit of time here to interrupt Dragunov. So here, what a lot of strong players do is that if they think this is coming, they'll just hop kick. As soon as your character has airborne status, which happens within a few frames on a hop kick, the tackle can't connect. So you'll see that even very late, I can hop kick him, right? Even very late. And this comes out at like, is it 40 frames, I think, this tackle? Gonna see the frames. 40. So you actually have plenty of time to recognize the obvious animation and then get out of a situation. Because as soon as you've eaten that tackle, you preferably want to beat it before it connects. Because as soon as it connects, it's an awful 3-way mix-up. Because you can't break the tackle itself. You can't throw break it by pressing 1 plus 2. As soon as it connects on you, it's guaranteed. It's a 3-way mix-up. And you saw the option he has. It gets really nasty. But outside of that, that's basically his heat. You know, Most Dragunovs will just throw the heat smash. You can sidestep that heat smash, but unless you have a read, it's really awful. I mean, you see, this is what I love about certain heat smashes in this game. You deal with them properly, but then you can't punish because the character is just hitting some invisible force. See, I want to do my big boy punish. So it is steppable, and typically you'll see this at the wall, and then you won't have a problem of him disappearing into another galaxy. He will stay at the wall, and you can do your big boy punish, right? And then another thing, this is a little bit more of a detail, but I still find it to be really important, in that on the wall, instead of doing the typical high damage wall combo, they'll do this on the wall. They pop this, and then they do this. This is super powerful, because the situation you guys mostly eat is that you don't even hold up, as the dummy just did, which is the quick stand to beat the Muscutech. If you don't do that, that will hit you on the ground, right? Because Sneak for some reason hits grounded, right? But so say you do the Muscutech quick stand, and you get to block it, you don't eat it, but you're still in a terrible position. Because he gets Sneak 4 on block is still a win for Dragunov. He gets +7, you take chip damage, and then he keeps pressuring you, right? You can actually beat this by doing a toe kick, but no one is doing it. Yeah, you see? You can toe kick that. And if you just do that, so that's down 3, it will save you a fuck ton of trouble. And I just see no one using this. So don't let Dragunovs get away with that, because if you allow them that wall combo, it's obscenely broken. If you find yourself in this situation at the wall and you're just blocking, you have to commit to blocking. If you press into these frames and he's throwing this, you get counter hit, right? And then you die. I mean, it's basically over. You have to get comfortable blocking under the most suffocating pressure. And he loops this. Yeah, I'm sorry. You gotta get comfortable blocking. And try and get reads on him. Try to see the pattern and see, okay, now... And then when he does this, or this, these are the fast counter hit buttons. You gotta react and duck. This is an instance of you have to beat the player and not the character. Because the character is just too strong here. Stepping to the right was nice. We do not duck. Down 2 is just... That's his long range, like, homing low. Which will, of course, hit you because you're not ducking. You're trying to step right. This will still hit you. But, you know, it just doesn't do a lot of damage. It does 14 damage. And the situation it gives Dragunov is not that good either, because he is -1. If you both do while standing 4 here, yours will connect and counter hit him. So there are mind games here. It does force crouch though, which is annoying. But I'm just saying, like, don't let down 2 scare you. You'd much rather eat a ton of down 2s than have to deal with the other stuff. If he tries to do this flowchart, like down 2, down for 1, I see too many Dragunovs do this. This sort of stuff. You can just interrupt, you know, right? Or I can low parry. And if I block that one, the string doesn't continue on block. And he's -13. So don't let them get away with like super dumb flowcharts, right? But yeah, make no mistake, he still has amazing lows. And I don't recommend ducking, but if we do spam hatchets too much, you are gonna want to try and deal with that. So again, hatchet on block is -31. So we get a big punish. Do know that just like Brian, Dragunov has no evasion as he's doing this. And he gets +3 and the startup is 20. So here, you can down for 2 in between. But of course, if he does down for the 1, yeah, you get the idea. Even I on Dragunov, I'll do hatchet, and then everyone respects you, and you do a big wind break. Like back 1+2 or while running 2. That can all be interrupted by like a simple down for 2. So it does come down to mind games there. And yeah, if they're too throw happy, if you're 1 backdash away, you beat them. Throws are steppable now. Step right is very nice. Don't duck. He has a perfect throw game. This is 1+2 throw. Nothing is guaranteed afterwards, but he does have an advantageous situation. 1 break and then 2 break. But a big distinction on his throws is that they are 1 frame faster. Not the 1+2 break, but the 2 break and the 1 break, they come out at 11 frames. You see that, right? That's only 1 frame difference, but 1 frame here makes a gigantic difference on you know, default throws. So command throws typically come out at 12 frames. Here, 11 frames. That's 1 frame less reaction time. And that really does a lot. So he does have a very powerful throw game. So that's worth keeping in mind. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say on Dragunov. Like, these are my guidelines. But just remember that this character is still too strong. He needs additional nerfing. But this is how I try to deal with him now. And I hope these guidelines make you understand, like, what his weaknesses are. The ones that they are. You know, he doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses, but I hope you understand where he wants to be during a fight, where you want to be, how you try to option select his offense, and then some of his shenanigans, how to deal with them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.